Hey guys, I'm phylum. I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, you may still hear it in my voice, and I missed the grand final of the Quake Open League Season 5, everything, but specifically the EU Elite, so I thought I'd sit down and watch it. It's Xron versus Vengeur. I heard this is quite close, so it'll be good to see how these guys play. So let's get started. This first map here on Ruins of Sarnath, we have Nyx, Ranger, and Galena for both players. Xron playing the Nyx off the start here. Xron, one of the best Nyx players in the game, he picked it up in a really smart way early on, and I love this position right now because you can just get that cheeky little rail angle. There it is. And then, yeah, you're in a good place to back away. Reading Vengeur perfectly there with the double back. Xron positioned himself so well to get the first frag here. He needs to be careful. Those rockets are going to be pretty troublesome for him, and I'm surprised he peeks with the LG and then continues to peek once Vengeur has a railgun. That's a bit too ambitious. That's a bit too much of a risk for my tastes. But it's great, and yeah, I think Xron gets a little bit lucky. Like, he knew that he could afford to die and respawn and then still get the frag, but he got the best spawn there where it was the easiest, and I mean, now he's just going off, right? What does Vengeur do there? So yeah, he converts it really well. I think Xron took a bit of a silly risk, but you can see why he took it, and he's converted so well. It's like, yeah, you can't fault him on it. And really, yeah, there's no mega presence here for Vengeur. He doesn't have the stack. In comes a flying Xron. Good defensive shot there, and again, like, the shot into the next Ghost Walk goes well for him. It's a great play. I actually really like having Nyx back in the meta. I think there's a lot of interesting Nyx situations, even if the ability can be a bit passive, and it can slow some games down to a crawl. Hopefully not this game, because well, with how Xron's aiming, I think it would be hard to anyway. All the Ghost Walks in the world can't save you from that railgun. Oh, Xron's aim is just so nice to watch. It's so smooth, but so, like, precise, you know? And yeah, nothing you can do once you're caught out in that corner. Vengeur, he was frantically trying to get some armors. Xron was just, kind of making sure that couldn't happen. Once he commits to a little corner like that, Xron was there in his face, ready to punish him into the earth. A very convincing first round there for Xron, even though he played that first frag kind of weirdly. Xron slips there, and it just slows him down a little, and that actually could be really significant there. He misses the railgun. Ooh, that's interesting. You don't see that all of that often. So yeah, the rush from Vengeur straight down to the railgun. Weird start. Yeah, just a weird start in general. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, that just went very badly for Xron, right? He was hungry for the railgun. Vengeur knew it and took advantage. That whole situation, it just hurts Xron so much when she misses that first rail, but, well, now he's got a railgun on the respawn, and he's just cleaned up Vengeur there. The rails Xron takes are so good because, like, you look at Vengeur there and it's like, how would you return them? And even then, Vengeur looks for a cheeky rail in return, but that means he exposed himself to a rail where he would have died, right? If he hits a rail there, Xron has the mega behind him, but Vengeur would have, yeah, just totally died. And I think this is something I find when I watch Vengeur a lot. He takes risks at times when the reward isn't obvious, you know? He gambles everything for no real gain. Xron plays that one down to the wire. Yeah, I think both players are right to just kind of gamble there and see who comes out on top. Unfortunately, that's just how the situation plays out. Vengeur going to be left pretty weak off of it, and it's actually going to be Xron with control. Just, yeah, he knows how much damage he did. Great rockets. And this really is something about Xron, right? He's great at visualizing frags and knowing just how to push in and get the frag. And this is something I don't think Vengeur is anywhere near as good at. Vengeur's good at dealing damage, and he's good at... Holy crap. Vengeur survived that for a really long time. Vengeur's great at dealing damage, and he's great at, like, aggressive play. But Xron, once he knows how he's going to frag you, he's really good at executing that, I find. And that's one of the reasons he's a strong Nyx player, because Nyx lends itself to that a lot. You can visualize a frag, you can use the Ghost Walk to get into the perfect position and then just capitalize on it. Now, Xron plays that spawn a little bit smarter, I think, because of the movement he takes. He can hear where Vengeur is before he commits to dropping down to that railgun early or not. And yeah, he just takes a nice route around, gets it in the end, looks for the railgun, misses it, but it's not going to cost him anything. There's an aggressive ranger play, and if he was playing any character other than Nyx there, Xron, he would have been taken down by it. But yeah, just a little bit too predictable with how he stands there. I guess he thought he would totally own Vengeur in that doorway. Xron's rockets were pretty good anyway, though, and Vengeur was still doing alright from it. But yeah, split of the major items there, and this is an important thing for how Xron's died. He hasn't given up any really clean deaths. You know, it's when you give up clean deaths in a match like this, that's when you've got to be scared. Because if Vengeur's still weak, if he still has to go in search of HP bubbles, that's space for you to pick up a major item, right? That's space where you can't... Oh, great railgun there for Vengeur. I don't know how Xron missed that, but Vengeur hits it. And yeah, I think Vengeur's movement there is pretty smart because he kind of hedges his bets. He goes one way, but he can easily determine where he wants to go based on if he hears Xron go for Mega or not. So yeah, Vengeur actually playing really safely there, and I think Vengeur, just from what I'm seeing here, he is being a lot smarter than I'm used to seeing him play. He's not taking the same kinds of gambles I was talking about just before, you know. It looks like he's matured a little. Wow, I blinked and Vengeur's stack was gone, but there was a Mega there, so it's not too bad. But even still, yeah, Xron does exactly the right thing here. He knew because of the damage he'd dealt that Vengeur would be going for an armor, so you come to top of T there, right? And whatever side armor your opponent's going for, you can damage them at it, and again, great opportunities to frag. Xron again utilizing this position up there. Fantastic railgun angles, fantastic connections. Even with the Ghost Walk used, oh yeah, see, Vengeur committed there, right? He said, well, he's probably just gonna, Vengeur committed to just going all in for that frag. The Artella frag, that is. I like the way Xron dropped down for that OG frag, but anyway, I'm wasting too much time on this. The game is going on. Galena slips away there with the Mega. Great movement here for Xron. He's going to get here way earlier than Vengeur probably expects. And unfortunately can't get the shot out, but, you know, it's okay. He was well set up. He looked for what could have been a really devastating shot. Big gamble there for Vengeur diving down onto those stairs. Xron not quite able to capitalize with the Tribolt, so that works pretty well for Vengeur. He doesn't get the damage he might have hoped for, and he's just getting destroyed by these railguns. Great work here by Vengeur, just doing this tricky little dance, hitting the shots he needs, so he's got to back away with this damage. He has to take it. He can't overcommit and lose this advantage, right? He's hit his 2 shots, Xron's missed some shots, Vengeur has to get in on this red, and he's actually a little bit late, I feel, because Xron was able to already get there. Thankfully, Vengeur was able to get down those stairs, you know, unscathed, and just get that shot off. And Xron isn't even going to have the confidence to stick around for that Mega. I think if he knew the exact time to like the microsecond, he maybe could have stuck around, but you know, he's playing it a bit safe. He has the advantage right now, so it's not the worst thing in the world to be a bit secure. This is a strong position here because he can hit a shot and back away. Nice speed by Vengeur here, nice with the OG out to try and punish that position. If you hit enough OG, you can just kind of push your opponent back and pin them there, but Vengeur doesn't quite connect with enough. Ooh, nice railgun position there for Vengeur. Xron tries to get away, but he can't do it. He isn't fast enough, and I don't know quite what happened there. It looked like either Vengeur was just as quickly as I start trying to segue into something else, I ignore the most important thing about that frag, which is that Vengeur, not only did he take no damage, but he got the Mega cleanly off of the frag, and then was able to just put the pressure down, right? You can't let your opponent be that comfortable in a Quake Champions duel, because they will just destroy you. Ooh, Vengeur. Yeah, see, I don't know how I feel about jumping up like that, right? Once you've taken that railgun, I don't know if orbing like that's the best idea, and then he's just committed to such a tight spot. Xron's done so much damage. I mean, Xron isn't healthy himself, don't get me wrong, but I guess, yeah, Vengeur's just raw output there of damage is the thing that really makes that okay and keeps him alive. Otherwise, that round start could have gone disastrously bad. Xron with the Mega is going to be pretty happy, I feel. Not a lot of armor on the Nyx, though, on the base. But the health just gets you a lot further. Vengeur making a lot of sound cues here, giving the entire game away, but it's okay just because there's going to be a nice split on these items. Nice railgun there for Vengeur, that's going to win him a lot more space. Xron has a nice little railgun of his own to return. Vengeur trying to catch Xron off guard with these rocket jumps, just moving around the map really quickly. But nothing caught off guard so far. I like this position for Vengeur just because he gets a lot of information and has a lot of room to do damage. As Xron's going to be moving away, Vengeur has the space created to just go and pick up that red. Nice little angle there. Nice jump. I like the idea behind it. He doesn't connect with anything, but he doesn't lose anything for it. And that was a lot of LG. To push someone back like that, Vengeur just had some serious connections for a bit there. Again, that's very much a ranger setup Vengeur's going for there, because if someone comes through tele, you just double tap your ability button and they're gone. Again, Vengeur with these teleports, right? He took the rail, he can't be teleporting in like that. And Xron hits the world's luckiest rocket on the exit, which is going to mean he could maybe even pressure that Mega. He decides, you know what, just play it a bit safer, just play it a bit smarter, get the red, and now it's just railgun duels. Railgun duels where Xron actually has a really big advantage despite the fact he just respawned, just because of that really, really lucky exit rocket he hit just before he died. Exit rocket, I guess like exiting life, right? Xron backs away there in exactly the right way. Vengeur with the 100 damage rocket though, he's going to be pretty committed to this, and yeah, Xron has the answer to Vengeur. Just hit every railgun. But you could feel, right, after Vengeur rather hit that 100 damage rocket, it was like he was so married to the idea of pushing in there. But Xron with a bit of over-aggression of his own, a little bit of cockiness. I think he just assumed Vengeur would be somewhere else. And this is, yeah, another situation, right? Another situation where Vengeur gets a basically clean frag, and then the Mega, and then cleans up a round. So really great for Vengeur there. Alright, final round. I was told this was a pretty close series, and, well, yeah, it's delivering so far. Vengeur. Again, that same movement there with the Nyx, I really like it. You can listen, and if your opponent isn't there, or if you hear the right spawn, you could decide to drop down to railgun, but no pressure if it doesn't go like that. This position for Vengeur's alright, but the lack of weaponry is going to hurt him. He just has these rockets. I like the idea of pushing down there like that, but it's dangerous. The Ghost Walk chase is good. Xron really had to back away there and give him space just because he was exiting the Ghost Walk slightly later. But yeah, we just split off the major items here. Nothing, for what was a pretty action-packed start, nothing too drastic has happened. Vengeur caught off guard by the position of Xron here. And, oh yeah, is he going to set up? He's setting up really well for this right now. He needs to be careful. Like, if you're Vengeur right now, you're wondering, yeah, if the Ghost Walks happened, right? It's like, has he just slipped in here? Am I about to have a really bad time? But nothing too tricksy here from Xron. He's playing it pretty standard. Oh, I like the idea with how he moved there, but that just did not work for him at all. The pressure from the LG there on Vengeur was too much. I like the idea. Look, he tried to do something really tricky, but it just didn't happen. And yeah, where have Xron's rails gone, right? He was setting up all these really nice places where he could just hit a shot and back away and, you know, capitalizing on how Vengeur was moving around. Vengeur's still throwing his weight around the map and making a lot of sounds. There's a nice rail, but the finish can't come out just because there isn't the stack. I love how much Vengeur has to second guess himself about these Ghost Walks though, right? Because he knows that Xron likes to be a bit aggressive with them, right? It's like Xron is just in Vengeur's head right now. And Vengeur, yeah, this is pretty bad for him. Wow, just being quiet there, right? That is the power. Even when you're playing a player as good as Xron, sometimes if you're just quiet, it's enough to throw them off. And that kept Vengeur alive for a microsecond longer there. You know, a few more microseconds can add up to like split items off the spawns, and yeah, small things matter in Quake. Okay, small things matter in Quake. Xron, I love it. He looks for these shots, and then if they don't connect, he's just gone. And he comes to a new position, and he looks and he listens, and he sets up for the next railgun shot, right? This is a really secure way to play, a really safe way to play, especially when you have the lead. Beautiful. Just let Vengeur walk into all these shots, right? He's happy to do it. He's shown us time and time again. Xron needs to be careful. He can't just walk into rockets here. Okay, I get why he's stuck around there, because one railgun would have basically won him the map, but yeah, just walked into a little bit too much damage. Oh, that's gorgeous. Vengeur, I mean, you can see the world in which Vengeur gets that frag. Xron, don't overcommit. Don't do it, man. Oh, it's so easy to overcommit when you're peeking like that, but the machine gun is devastating in Quake Champions. But as I was saying, yeah, that double rocket from Xron, right? He just, like, Vengeur was charging in. It was a little bit too easy for Xron to just predict exactly where he'd be and hit the shots. Oh, this is tricky. Oh no, that was I thought that totem was the Galena, but I was wrong. You've got to go easy on me, guys. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I'm still recovering from MEO. Neither player hits their railgun there. Some tricky angles from both people, right? You can see, especially from Xron there, where he is. I feel like I've been very Xron biased this game, and I will try to not be, but I just love what Xron's doing in a really major way. Xron is, he's stepped up. You know, he's leveled up. He's hitting great shots. He's just playing this railgun game in a really smart way. Ooh. Both players know they can afford to wait around until they eat a rail there, and this is pretty bad for Vengeur. Nowhere to go. Oh, nice. Oh! Wow. Xron's ear was exposed there for a microsecond, and Vengeur just took advantage of it, and now this is Vengeur with a pretty clean frag, right? We've seen pretty much every other time this has happened, Vengeur turn around into the round win. He does need the 2 frags, though. This is just the chase. Oh, because the time limit's up, of course. I was trying to make sense of what was going on there, and it's like, of course, the time limit was up. God, it all makes so much sense now, guys. But yeah, that was a really intense first map. Again, like, I love the way Xron was playing the railgun game. Some questionable decisions from both players, but really good games, and I was impressed by Vengeur there, and hopefully he can continue to impress me as the series goes on. Man, words are hard. I need to go rest my vocal cords for a few minutes before I do map 2, guys. Thanks for watching. There'll be another one soon.